name's Eric. I'm creating animated faces that you can talk to, and they will work inside of a web app. And it's meant to be something shared. It's meant to be something that somebody else, you maybe, could take and use to create your characters, to tell your stories. I want to share that godlike power of creating like this little creature. And that's what this is all about. That's what I'm making. And I've got tonight this feeling that I've had maybe dozens of times in my life, but I've had a fairly long life, I guess. So it doesn't happen all the time. But maybe every 3 years, every 5 years, I get that feeling like this is it. I need to do this. I need to work on this. I need to not just work on it, but bring this thing into existence. And so that is my mission with this now. The exact thing that gets brought into existence is beginning to become pretty clear. It's not 100% clear, but making steps on it, making large steps on it. And the important thing is I've got that feeling. It feels like love and desperation. It feels like, this might suck, the thing that I'm gonna make, but I gotta try it. I gotta make it. So that's where I'm at. Blessing and a curse. Does not mean that feeling that I'm gonna make something that good. Does not mean that. It'd be great if it did. It just means that something will take hold of me, and it will not let go until the fucking thing is out there. And if it picks a stupid thing for me to work on, then some years of my life will have gone by, and I'll have produced something and I'll learn some lessons, but the time will be gone, and I might be underwhelmed with the result of my work after I release all those things. Let's demo what I did yesterday. Let's do that. Okay, pretty simple. I made this little bar along the left, and it's got tabs that you can click on. A hard thing was to make them turn 90 degrees. Well, I say hard, but it took longer than I thought it would. It took me maybe 45 minutes to figure out how to get a button to turn sideways, which for me can be a lot of time. So yeah, you can click on these and they go to different places, but I only have 2 different places defined for it to go. And there is also the home page, which I demoed a few days back. But so this is the entry point into the Wisp web app. And it's got these tiles that go into different areas of the app. This introductory page, this landing page, is meant to have enough space in it to explain what each of the areas are, so that you don't have to, as a new user of the app, go off to a help area or click into all of them to explore. You can pick a tile and you can go to the thing. It'll give some description of what you can do. Later on, I'll pretty it up. I'll add like some nice illustrations in each one, some kind of graphics that make each of these little areas you can go to more compelling. But once you click in one, then the same areas over here on the left is tabs that you can go to. So yeah, generally this whole thing is all about animating faces. This is a web app for authoring all those experiences. But also there's libraries that can be pulled into different apps. So like if you've got like a web-based game you want to put on itch.io, even today you can pull my library for SL Webface. That's the name of it. That's on my GitHub account, and you can use that if you want to draw a face like this inside of your web app that has different events it receives that can cause it to change its emotions. It can cause it to look at different things, blink, set its eyelid level to different areas, and then also talk.
Careful of the ice, ma'am. Could you stay over here?
Right. So there's just some sample audios here that, like a soundboard that you can try out with the face. Eventually, this screen will be not just about using this particular face, but creating your own faces from reusable parts, saving them to a file, and then you would say like, you have a character that has this face and these parts. And once you have that face for that character defined, you can combine it with the other parts to create a experience, or like I call them a scene. A scene is a collection of the speech audio that goes with what the character says, the dialogue or spiel that the character follows, along with interactive prompts, and the face used to represent the character. The scene can have more than one character in it. You can talk to multiple things. Well, you can't now, but that's the vision. I keep saying it can, because in my head, I know it can be done, and I've seen all the individual pieces of it working. Today, I'm going to concentrate on this speech tab here. Now, this is just a pretty simple screen right now, but I'll show you what it does. It doesn't have all the functionality that's envisioned for sure. You can open a WAV file, and I will go to one that I have never done before. I'll go into the game project of a game I released at the end of last year. To audio, speech, The God Killer Chapter 1, and there is about 2 hours of spoken audio in this directory. I'll just find one that might sound fun. Let me see.
Watch your step there.
Okay. That's one I can use. So I open this WAV file. Some analysis is performed automatically. It detects the location of words within the audio. Watch your step there. That's an airplane flying by me. I live by an airport. Okay. And then beneath here, there's this format I call lips. I might have to give up calling it lips, because you don't want to invent lots of new words for every single thing. But this is the lip phoneme timing. See, I'm like saying things that people wouldn't necessarily understand. But I don't want to back up and explain things again and again on every stream. So these are phonemes. The spaces in between them represent amount of delay between each phoneme. You can see up here where all the phonemes are at inside of the audio file. And then you can come down here and edit these to be something different if you want. And then you can save it to a lips file, which can be used to perform lip animation on the face. Okay. So I thought about this screen a little bit and how it's almost useful to someone who doesn't need to use all the other parts of Wisp. Because if you have this file, well, you could write a little bit of code and you could perform animation with it. Or you could take my code, which is in a JavaScript library, and you could use that inside of a web app. I've definitely written this code in Unity. I don't have anything that is nice and reusable. But in theory, I could publish a Wisp out there, and I could just put this little demo thing out here, and people could start using it. There are just some niceties that are missing to it. So I do want to fix those up a little bit. So those cosmetic issues, like this is slammed against the corners without any margins. This wave file thing here, I don't think I'll mess with that. I think that can be left as is. I would like an ability to play back the audio and also see lip animation at the same time. So I think over here I want to make, somewhere on the screen I want to make an animated mouth and a play stop button. When you hit play, it should just kind of go over this audio, like there should be like a little vertical line that shows the position within the audio, and the mouse should move. If you change these, it should adjust these values up here, their timing. Maybe a little bit later I might make these pullable or draggable. I mean, there probably are quite a few things where I want to stop and not try to get them all in. But I think about it a little bit, like what would be the MVP on this for somebody else to want to use it. I've got an hour and 45 minutes, so I want to pick something that I can get done within that amount of time too. So the first thing I want to fix is actually a bug. This should be pretty easy to fix, but I want to fix it first. If I go to different tab faces and then I come back to speech, this open WAV is grayed out again, but it's not doing anything. It's not taking any action to fix that. In fact, I don't think it needs to take an action. I think the language models that are loaded for recognizing the speech are already loaded. I don't think it needs to do anything. But I'm gonna get that fixed. So one way or another, you can switch between tabs and not lose your ready state. Okay. I guess one thing that might be nice to do is create a loading view. Think about this. Think about this. How do I want to handle that? I could create a modal dialog that says loading language models, and then it completes, and then you've kind of got access to the screen. That might be the nice way to do it. But first, let's fix this problem of it losing its state. Yeah. Okay. So many things I could do, and I kind of vacillate between which one I'll do first. But yeah, let me first get that thing fixed. Okay, so if I go to loops generator screen, is it doing a remount? I bet it is. Okay, let's see what's going on in the debugger. here, come back to here. Okay, it does remount. And it is initialized. At least it thinks it is. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. So it still remembers that it's initialized, but since it doesn't set the is loading to false, it stays in the loading state. That's all it is. This should be a fast one. Let's see. So let's see how that goes. Faces, speech. Okay. Now let's see if it actually works to load something else. Yeah. Okay. That was easy. That was real easy. I get the feeling I haven't done a commit in many days. Git status. Yeah, I totally forgot. Git add public. Ooh. I would like to fix this though, because I don't want to check in the fonts that are from somebody else and not publicly licensed. Okay, if I git ignore. Trying to find an example of just any directory, no matter where it is and what subdirectory. Maybe it is protected subdirectories. Let me see if that is what will filter those out. Get status. No, I still see it. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm just guessing around. Let me see. What's the actual format it's expecting? Git ignore example. Zero or more characters after a match. Asterisk symbol matches 0 or additional characters. Double asterisks. any file or zero or additional directories. Okay. I might have guessed the right thing, actually. So, do that. Dang it. Why? Get status. Yeah, it's still got all the privates. So, like, I don't know how I'm going to guess my way to this. I just did what the doc said should work. I might need to check in another place. Okay, when you have two bombs. Could try putting in / then bam bam, then yeah, let's try that next. And put my little day separator down at the bottom so that I notice when new chats happen. Try that. This is maddening. All right, let me just try a dumb, straightforward way, which would be public fonts private. Just do the whole absolute path to it. It's not what I really want, but this is not worth spending a lot of time on. Like, I wanted to do something like every directory that's named private is gonna be excluded, but it's not worth fussing with. Okay, can I get that to work? What? Oh, wait. Okay, I know why. Because I already started tracking it. I started tracking that directory before I had the git ignore. So there's a way to remove it without deleting the file. And it's really unintuitive. It's something like no cache, git remove without deleting the file. And I'll never remember it because they named it so poorly. Git rm cached and then your file to remove. Okay, so I say that. Git rm cached, and then we'll just take out that guy there. Okay, fair enough. We'll recursively remove you. Cool. Now, I would really like to know if I've got it removed now. I do, okay. And just because I'm paranoid, let's go see if I deleted those files. LS. Okay, I'm good. Okay, back to this thing I was originally trying to do. Let's just friggin' oh, okay, I need to also delete this extra stuff that is in this directory above it. And this I just need to properly delete. Okay. Although, now I'm getting confused because I don't see the same files that they're talking about. Oh, are they talking about deleting? No. public fonts, simply olive, and then all those files. I don't see those files at all. Yeah, I already deleted those files. Ah, this is annoying. How do you figure that there's a new file there? If I say ls, bam, like that, there's nothing. Why are you? Okay, it must have gotten confused about something. So I'll just do that git remove thing again with those other files. Simply olive, and we'll say no recursive, and then tone.waf. Yes, to olive. You don't have anything there. There's nothing there. You're attempting to add the ghosts of files I deleted. Okay. Simply olive demo HTML. And just to see if it's being idempotent on me, let's try doing it again. Good. Okay, so if I put in the name of a file that had been removed, it's gonna complain. If I typoed it, it would have complained too. So a quiet return means it did some work. Okay. And then let's see a couple more directories, or one more directory. All this work because I'm trying to be good about not distributing other people's creative work. I don't like it when people just assume it's cool, copy what somebody else did and put it someplace else without getting permission. And I'm not going to be one of those people that does that. Okay. Now, can I have a clean status? This is fine. These are all good. All good. Okay. Git add public. Git add source. Okay. Git commit everything. And I'm gonna have to admit I forgot what all went into this commit, but I know at least it had new screens and UE refinements. Okay. There. Now that I've gotten that giant commit made, then I'll try to get back in the habit of making smaller commits that are more meaningful. Okay. So to fix that bug, what is the next thing that I'm going to do? I want to throw on the screen a canvas for the mouth. I'm just contemplating for a moment just throwing the mouth on top of this whole thing. Like, you could hit play and the mouth would just be over the top of it. But I think that's not the best thing to do. Let's take a look at the screen with the dev stuff hidden. Ooh, that's a little bug I can fix. The canvas needs to re-render when the screen resizes. Okay, let's fix that. There's one easy way to do it, which would be just request an animation frame. But if I request an animation frame, is it gonna get a chain going? No, just call render. Just call render, that's all. I've got render inside of here. But on draw, that's all I gotta do. On draw. On draw context. Frame count. Okay, update canvas dimensions. I'm looking at my frame count and I'm wondering, do I really need that? It's just a let inside of here. I don't think I need it. Let's get rid of that frame count business maybe. If that's true, why don't I just pass in the onDraw handler to this function, let it perform the update itself. Okay. So get rid of the frame count because it's not really being used. And if the caller needed some things to happen based on the frame count, the caller could merely set timing values to look at. The frame count itself is something you would rarely use, so I don't know why I decided it needed to be passed. Okay. So update canvas dimensions on draw. I draw a callback, okay. Okay, container, that's one ref. Then there's another one to the canvas. So let's just pass the canvas too. What is it? HTML canvas element, okay. Okay, so this will be containers at container dimensions. Canvas ref Okay, what do I, what? No. I mean, this is something that should never be null in practice, but if not canvas, return. And honestly, I can at least try to do this. I can also do actually I like this better. Canvas equals if not container or canvas. Not canvas, return. Okay. And this will be bam canvas and then on draw. Okay, so that should make you happy. You can just be canvas. You can be never null. And then we say on draw canvas. What? Where else is on draw called? Right here, context. Current, get context. Okay. Okay, no problem. I don't like getting an extra time, but since it's only related to window resizing, it's no big deal. What? Okay. If context. Yep, makes sense. So we go back to face builder screen, fix that because I changed it a little bit. Get rid of this. It wasn't being used. I never used it anyplace. So things are better with it being gone. Okay, now let's see. If I resize this, it redraws, but it's not resizing. I don't think it is anyways. It does kind of feel like it shouldn't lose all of its state though. Go back between the two things. Huh, that's another problem to think about. So I drew that, but But it's not resizing that. That might be... Let me see if the canvas here is getting its width changed. So if I pull here, that kind of looks like it's maybe not updating. Come back to here, come back to here, open another wave. I do love that, like, all these little phrases are getting detected correctly. I've only seen the mildest of incorrect words. They're like words that would still work for mouth animation because they were phonetically very similar to words that were the actual words said. Okay. So when I come back and mount the canvas, it sizes the canvas according to the available width at that time. But if I resize now, no, it's weird. It's like I can pull it out in one direction and it will resize to match. But if I pull inward, it doesn't resize. I mean, that's almost a good way to do it. But it's not what I predicted would happen. Let's take a look at the width here. It looks like I can get it to resize in a... Okay, 857. Okay, it looks like I can get it to resize in one direction. Yeah, there. I pull out, and then the width is going up. If I go in, it stays the same. So that's a little odd. So let me think about this. Come back to canvas. And let's see. Console log. Where's this getting set? container dimensions or 0, 0. Okay. So set container dimensions will get called by this guy here. Let me try that, see what happens. What I expect to happen is that even when I go to the left, I'll get the event of resizing. Here, let's clear this out so I can see what's happening a little bit better. Then let's pull it. Yep, okay. But I'm noting that the number stayed at 927 as I pulled in. So what does that mean? It means that event will fire, but it will not return different dimensions for the client rect. It could be that this pane over here confuses things. Let me try dragging from this side. Okay, 927 was the starting number. If I pull in, it remains at 927. Okay, but if I pull out, I think it's just kind of waiting until I get to a wider width. Am I right or wrong? I'm right. I just got to a wider width. Okay, and as I continue to pull out, yeah. Go this direction, nothing. So the event in question is resize. In some earlier browsers, it's possible to register resize event handlers on any HTML element. It's really nice comments that are being pulled in. From Mozilla. God, I should do some things to be more behind Mozilla, because they've really been good to me. So much awesome documentation on MDN. Like beats the shit out of W3 schools. Not to say a bad thing against W3 schools, but MDN is the gold standard for me as far as JavaScript documentation. Yeah. Okay. So I'm kind of formulating my search term to hit the right Stack Overflow question on this. I don't know if I will find it or not. Window resize. Only shows enlarging window. That's not quite right. I'm just kind of get it close enough. It's so hard to window resize. It's not really that the event is firing wrong. It's that the client wrecked. The client width of the container is not shrinking as the window shrinks. Client width not updated. What do you say? Window get coordinates width. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Window on resize. Is that the same thing? Well, this person didn't get their problem solved. Or at least didn't mark anything solved. And I don't see anything here that contributes towards what I'm trying to solve. Could do window document body, I guess. But the truth is, I don't want the width of the window. I want the width of the container element. It might be some React weirdness too. So there's that whole shadow DOM thing, and I think I am querying something which is in the shadow DOM. But this is post-render though. This code would be called post-render because I've got it inside of a use effect. So that should be fine. I think I'm gonna have to let this one go. Or a different way of putting it, a nice sour grapes way of putting it is, well, maybe I don't need to fix it anyways. I don't even have like the final UI I want on this screen. So if I try really hard to fix this fairly minor type of a thing, it's not going to serve me well. Okay, let's just ignore it for now. It remains a bug. And can I get, I think I can leave and come back and yeah, okay. So for the thing I was worried about as far as losing all my state when I go from one screen to another, that will probably be resolved when I create persistent storage and just save things to persistent storage. Alright, let's get to where I can play audio and see some lips. Let's add in the face to another canvas. I think the face can just go underneath here for now. And I only need to show the mouth. Undraw canvas. Yeah, okay, cool. It's just going to be something like that. Alright, so I'll come back to here. Class name equals styles mouth. Is animated true. Undraw mouth. Above, I make my undraw mouth. Might as well copy it over from here. clean up my imports a little bit so that they don't get crazy. Okay, I need to load the WAV. Let's do no, don't do that. Okay, mouth equals load face from URL. I need to create a new faces file, but it'll be at faces Billy Mouth. I gotta think about that one a little bit, because this is just a mouth. Do I need a whole face, or is it just the mouth part? Because I believe I haven't exposed all the things to load just a part by itself. Maybe that would be the way to do it, because the mouth is just going to respond to events. Load part, load component from part URL. There we go. Let me say parts. Let me say, I don't know, let's go look what the actual files are. Parts billymouth.yml. Then it wants a skin tone, so we'll do skin tone. Original. I like original. Let's do original. Yeah, it would be a little bit different. Okay. This will be await. Okay. So after that loads, and I can also say, no, that's pretty good. Let's leave that. The mouth will load one time. It'll remain loaded. And that's just right. Okay. So I'm getting to a point where a lot of these functions should be off in a separate module. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'll draw a mouth. Hey, that'll do it. Okay, let's see if that works. I also have to CSS size the mouth. Okay, which means styles mouth needs to be defined. So we'll say mouth width maybe height. I think it's hard because the mouth could be different aspect ratios. I don't have information about the size of the mouth. Let's just do something that works okay with that particular thing. So we'll say maybe 30 REM, 20 REM. And so I can debug a little bit. Let's set that. And I got a typo there. Okay. What? Okay, that's a bad import statement. Oh yeah, this is terrible. I've got to clean this crap up. Okay, SO web paste. Okay, need to export that. So let's go to web paste. Parts. Part loader util. Okay. Back to web face, then do a rebuild of web face so I can get that new export. Come back to here. This, I believe, will go away after a bit. IDE seems to get confused about me changing the exports underneath of it. This is probably also going to have to be exported. Skin tone. Okay, let's head back over there. Web face, right? Okay. Export default as skin tone. Where skin tone defines it in faces? Yes. Export default as skin tone from faces. Skin tone. What? What? No, not the stupid enums again. Oh God, I hate these stupid enums. Good God. Enums and TypeScript and exports are a disaster. It's such a fucking pain in the ass. At some point, I might just replace these all with just ordinary const values. I mean, it really is a failure. Oh, hate it. I just don't want to deal with that right now. It's this terrible impediment to a basic usage of TypeScript and libraries, and I think somebody screwed up, to be honest. So what I can do is I can make a default value for the part loader util say if nobody gave it a value, we're just going to have it be original. Just have it be the original. And then we'll come back to here and fuck you TypeScript. I say that and they've given me so much for free. And then I'll just set like half a day to just get rid of all my goddamn enums, or figure out the wonky build process that allows an export of them as constants. Okay, so rebuild. Don't use skin tone. Okay, and you can just go away. And then you're a little bit behind like you usually are. You think it needs 2 arguments, but if you just, yeah, there you go. There you go, you caught up. Nice. Good job, IDE. All my tools are just like a family to me. I abuse them. Sometimes I give them compliments. Because I'm so mean to them most of the time, when occasionally I say a good thing about them, they're very happy in a desperate, relieved kind of way. Okay, so I'm loading the component from the part URL, and I'm initializing web speech like I was before. Okay. Now, how's this guy doing? Nice. It's not rendering the mouth, but I also see a few problems. Oh, it is rendering the mouth. Let's set this. I knew there was a reason I set that background to yellow. It makes it a lot easier to size it and see what's going on. Okay. See if I can take the background color out. Yeah. Okay, like that. That's pretty good. Then I just gotta play some audio. Okay, I'm pretty close to being able to play this and see the mouth move. I think if you click on the mouth, that would be a good time to play. And later on I can add like a little hover thing that shows like a play button over the top of the mouth. Okay, what's all this garbage I see down here? That might have just been changes while I was editing the source, because it'll try to do reloads every time. Let's pick something else. Also, I'm getting really good speech recognition accuracy rates here. They could prosper. It's pretty nice because I haven't given the speech recognition library much context, that it could use Markov sequences to more properly figure out like what the most probable word is in the slot. It still is pretty friggin' accurate. It's just 3 words together. They could prosper. Like if you go to your phone and you type in "they could" in your little texting area and you see the auto complete at the end, it's not going to put in the word prosper at the end of that. It's not common enough in occurrence in text or any other place for it to guess prosper. So it's just getting that from the actor's voice, and it's not a common word, and it's quite accurate. So, well done. He didn't try to put in whisper or hostile, phosphor. Okay. So next, I want an on-click handler that will start playing the audio. Yeah. It's a little tricky to put it inside of the canvas. Although, did I create an on-click for it? No, non-mouse move I did. I could just do a pass-through with an on-click. I kind of like that. Yeah, let's do that. On-click. It does mean that my canvas class is getting more and more useful. On-click mouth. Or on mouth click. Okay, props. On draw, on mouse move. On click. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, then there's this trick of creating speech audio. I may need to make another way to create a speech audio. Speech audio is in web face. Okay. Or is it? No, SL web face. Okay. Speech audio. File util. So there's load speech from URL. what I can do instead is create another constructor that takes an audio buffer, which I've already got in my calling code, and not lips events, but lips text. Oh, I can't make more than one constructor. Who's calling the constructor? Probably only that speech file util. So I could change this to lips text, pass a string, and perform the processing on it inside of here. I kind of like that. But who is calling speech audio? Who's constructing it? Inside of speech file util. Looks like the only place. Okay. And I think it's fine. I think it's fine to pass lips text to it. Okay, and then come back over here. Oh, I know why I didn't want to do that, because let's get this a wait here. Load lips from URL. Oh no, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Because instead, change this to load lips text from URL. Make it a promise string. Okay. Return. Don't do this. You just return the text. Okay. Okay. And this is going to move over. Wow. Load lips text from URL. This will be lips text. And this will be lips text. Okay. This comes over to speech audio. Ah! What just happened? Oh. There we go. Okay. Lips iterator. Okay. Const lips events, lips event, bam bam equals load lips from text, lips text. I don't think that's an await. I think that, yeah. Okay, good. The only downside of this is potentially this could be something that blocks a constructor for a long time, and it could throw. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. So let's rebuild that. This is SL Web Face. Yes. npm run build. See if I broke anything. Okay. Then I come back to web face, which I'll rename at some point. I should rename it to Wisp or Wisp Tool or something like that. Okay, so then, okay, back on web face. Did I export speech audio? I did, good. So then come back to web face. We want to load or create a speech audio. Okay, so okay, so after you open the WAV, set all this stuff, that's when speech audio gets set. Okay, speech audio equals new speech audio audio buffer and lips text. Okay. Now with that set, my mouth click, let's say speech audio, play. That's it. What? Oh, it could be null. Yeah. All right. See how that does. Come back, load something. I want to warn them.
I want to warn them.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I want to warn them.
It's correct on the first try too. The algorithm is just doing great.
I want to warn them.
It looks right to me.
I want to warn them. I want to warn them.
Makes me happy. It really makes me happy.
I want to warn them.
Okay. Let's load something else.
Now I just gotta go. Now I just gotta go.
Yeah, it looks right.
Now I just gotta go. Now I just gotta go. Now I just gotta go.
Okay, so what if we change this to an F? Will I get a big old F in the beginning? Oh. I don't have any code that's gonna change the lips text based on that, but I could make that. I could arrange that. Make sure if I leave and come back, I can still use the screen.
Minimal talking, then killing.
That's right. I trained my algorithm right. It's so nice to see your child grown up and doing the things that you said it should do.
Minimal talking, then killing. Minimal talking, then killing.
Fucking love it.
Minimal talking, then killing.
Okay. Alright, got a half hour left on the clock. What's useful? Making it so changes to the text here will affect the animation below. Also, I think before I do that, I'll also make a little mouse pointer style so this is clickable. Clearly clickable.
Minimal talking, then killing.
Yeah, it just makes me so happy to see the default be that like any WAV file I open up is going to work with this automated algorithm. It looks correct too.
Minimal talking, then killing.
Pick another one. This is self-indulgent, I have to admit. Let's find one that's more fun. High-pitched voice. Okay, so here's an example of the speech recognition being a little bit off. It says, it is gray.
It is gray.
And I can see why it missed it, because I chopped the audio where you can't hear the T. Or the actor may have just kind of not enunciated that well on the T. I don't want to impugn the fella though. It's just as likely I chopped T off the end of it.
It is gray.
Or that it was clearer before I pitched it up. But I could fix this pretty easy. You know, I could throw in a T here, right? And then I'd get that little close at the end.
It is gray.
But I can't see that yet because I need to create something that updates the lip animations after editing text here. Okay, so that can be done. That can definitely be done. But first thing, real easy. Cursor equals what is it? Pointer, or is that it? I always forget. Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
It is gray.
Okay. So okay, let's change this to be change lips text, and I'll pass in that and set lips text. Am I setting the I'm not capturing the audio buffer from the last one, but I could. It's not that hard. For that, we'll just If audio buffer. I feel like in the final thing, what I really want is for these bars to be draggable and these phonemes to be changeable. I could also say that the words here would be changeable, like if you change gray to great, it would just do a recalc on everything. But that'll take some thinking. Let's try this first.
Oh no, I'm terrible.
He has a nice badge unlocked here too. There's a stutter in the text, and it still got it right.
Oh no, I'm terrible.
I'm terrible.
Oh no, I'm terrible.
Okay, just to pick something that it will look very obviously different, I'm going to change OW to L.
Oh no,
Yep,
I'm
yep,
terrible.
yep. It replaced the viseme. It changed it to an L viseme. I put it back because this is the correct way.
Oh no, I'm terrible.
It's just really hard to explain, and I have on a previous stream, why this makes me so happy. It really is something I've tried to do and got blocked in different ways in the past. This is the fully automated TV quality lip animation solution. Now, I know there's other stuff out there. But it tends to be motion capture, which is not as good. Doesn't apply the right stylizations. Or generate something purely based on the phonemes. Again, with no stylization to it. This algorithm has got the techniques that real animators use to produce good results built into it. Whereas the phoneme detection is very pointy-headed. Like you're just saying, well, that's the thing the person uttered. That's the noise they made. So therefore, let's show the corresponding mouth animation for it. But it's not as good. It doesn't take into account additional information that's not present in the audio file and has to be guessed. And this algorithm guesses. And it guesses well. And it stylizes. And that's been missing in everything I've looked at. Every single thing. Doesn't, at the very low end, what a lot of auto animation does is it just checks the amplitude up here, and it opens the mouth the amount that the amplitude is at, so it would be pretty wide open here, and then when you got down to here, it would close all the way down. But that's not what the mouth does. It's just an approximation of what it does. This is really the best of... No, it's not the very best. Let's be honest. Let's be very, very honest. The best is frame by frame hand-drawn animation. Or even like frame by frame selection of what the lips are going to do. But this approaches that, the frame by frame selection.
Oh no, I'm terrible.
Fuck yeah. It's just so hard for me to explain. Like why it's so meaningful to me to see this work. But it's there. It works. Okay. Still got 15 minutes on the clock. What else can I do here? I might be able to get a little vertical line that goes across the wave file as the audio plays. Maybe. It feels like biting off more than I can chew in 15 minutes. What else? What else? What else? I could bring the margins in a little bit. That is bugging me. I could apply some color stylings to these buttons that's similar to this. Okay, let's do those. Let's just do a little aesthetic touch up on the screen. Then I'll call it good. Okay, so the app, is that class still used? Yes, it is. Let's call this a container because I've used that in other places. Container. And I believe padding is the interior. 1 REM. See what that looks like. There we go. Got the margin fixed at least. And the buttons. I feel like I should create a general button set of styles to apply. But the easier way to do that is to create a button component. Don't go off in the weeds on this for the moment. Slip shader module. Config panel, is that actually used? Yeah, up at the top of it, yeah. Yeah, config panel. That might not be a great name, but it's not hurting anything. And buttons. I changed my mind again. I'm going to create a common button class, and I'll do it right now. Let's see. What kind of button is it? I don't want to just call it a plain ordinary button. What do I think about this? What is this kind of button? Call it a content button. Content pane button? Yeah. Yeah, like that. And I'll borrow a few things from menu bar button. content pane button. Don't need this. Okay, I feel like I probably ought to just copy over this other file. And let's be simple with this. Let's be real simple. Yeah, this is not simple. Get rid of that. Do that. And there's going to be some width and height stuff here I don't want. Okay. This border stuff I don't want. Border style none is probably good. The margins, yeah, no. Take that out for now. Okay. That's probably pretty good. Go over here. It's going to be on click. And this is the way to do it. You just say disabled. Okay, so it's going to be class name, button classes, on click equals just on click. Don't need that. I can delete all the active stuff. And this is going to be content pane button. Well, if that's what it whittles down to, I can get rid of these two. Div. Okay. Disabled equals disabled. Okay, like that. And this is content pane button. Bam. I would like it to work about the same way as the other normal built-in button. So what do you say for those? I don't think you say anything. I think it's just the children. Why don't I change this to text? That's a little bit better. That's a little clearer. come back into here and I can get rid of these two. I can get rid of these guys. They're not needed. Yeah. Okay. So then come back to this screen and change these buttons to be content pane button. And be text equals bam open web. Okay. We'll see how that does. First, let me see how well it imported stuff. Yeah, okay. So this, I want to come up here. And let's pull out the relative. Okay. I don't see any change at all. 0. Inspect. Weird. Let's do a refresh, I guess. Still looks wrong. Still looks wrong. Okay. That's surprising. So these are content panes. Here, let me just make sure it's receiving my changes. Yeah? Okay. So, probably something in here to get right. Styles. Oh, yeah, that's why. Because I renamed this. Okay, content pane button. Yeah, there's button. Background color button. Where am I screwing up? Okay. style sheet. No class name is being applied. It is setting this to a color as well. Okay, I get it. I reused a name of a variable. So if I just come back into here and I say, yeah, let's just make it unique. Content pane button. Okay. Come back to here. Also, I'm going to need to apply something to this text. So let's do span class name equals styles. And now that got more complicated. I don't want it to be a one-liner. Span button text. Okay, now we're in business. It's kind of a nice compact button. I like it. It could use a little split between them. So, or a border, one of the two. I like it being nice and small like that. Just give it a margin around the outside of just one. Call it good, I think. And actually, I can do a margin just on the right and bottom. Margin right 1 rem or 0.1 rem. Margin bottom. There we go. This lips text, it doesn't need to display unless okay, I'm almost done. But yeah, I'll mess with the lips text later. I need the disabled style. Okay, let's come back to here. Let's do here. I need to import some more. Oh, I got it already. Button disabled. Disabled, and then this guy is going to be composes content pane button text, and this is going to be button text disabled. Okay. See how that does. Oh, it doesn't do anything. I gotta write code. So const button classes equals disabled styles content pane button disabled versus styles content pane button, and then text I'll just do button class, text class. Okay. Then, oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh, my IDE was telling me what the problem was. Almost done. It's time to stop this stream. I'm just trying to get my last change in. Okay. So save lips is correctly disabled. It should not have a hover state though. I've got the wrong thing there. This should be not the text. Yeah. Background equals button. Button disabled. Yeah. Okay, move that there. Come back. Okay, now I gotta turn the mouse pointer off. Cursor, well, just do this. Cursor disable. Or default. There we go. Clicking on it does nothing. Good. Open the WAV file. Can I click it?
Believe in yourself.
Inaccurate speech rec there. But what's the overall result like?
Believe in yourself.
Pretty good.
Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself.
And to get it correct, I can remove one of these spaces at the beginning and just put a B.
Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself.
Okay. Got it. And then I can save. That works. Cool. All right. Well, that is a stream. It's victory. And it's time to stop the stream. So, thanks for joining me. And I'll catch you later. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream.